It is time for the BBR playoffs, the quarterfinals against OG Albina. Big game here. If you guys have not seen the team builder, make sure to check that out in the description down below. And make sure to like the video if you guys are excited for playoffs and subscribe if you have not already. It's going to be a big game here. And apologies for all the noise in the background. There is a thunderstorm currently going on right now. And my dogs are obviously, they are like dogs in thunderstorms. So be mindful of that as we go into this video. But really excited for this game. Let's get right into the battle. All right, we are here in the battle against Owen now, and this is basically what was expected for the most part. The Enamorous, Chien-Pao, Mudsdale were all three very obvious brings against this team. Glamora didn't come in the mock, neither did Rotom Cut, with two Pokemon that make sense as well. I think Slitherwing came in the mock last time, but Gohan is a self-proclaimed lover of lead Slitherwing, even though it plays really badly into the Palisand. The way that we're going to lead here, there's a few things that I had considered in terms of the lead. Was leading Iron Hands here to protect against Chien-Pao lead, or lead Uxie to condition the lure against Chien-Pao on a Chien-Pao lead. But the fact that he's probably going to lead Glamora makes it pretty much that I'm going to lead my Palisand here. It's not really much else to do, but good luck, have fun to Owen here. Whew, it's been a while since we played a playoff game, about a year or so excited to get back into it here. Hopefully we get the lead right. Bond Clay, he leads this instead. Okay, that's interesting. There's like a few things that this could be. Obviously, like, this leads like pretty well against what I'm doing right now. So like the obvious switch that I have to this right now is Cryogonal, and I'm just going to go into Cryogonal now. We can live basically any two hits from this Pokemon, and while I would have really liked to have gotten my rocks up, I want to preserve the HP on this and preserve this as a switch into Mudsdale, etc. to get rocks up. One other thing that's interesting that didn't come was Corviknight, so we're going to get to see if this is Terra Fairy or Terra Ground off rip here. He could just be CM setup, which would be interesting. He's just going to be Terra Fairy. If he's sub CM setup, then that is like a little bit awkward, though. I think we kind of predicted Choice Scarf, Moonblast, and he's going to elect a Taunt here, interestingly enough, expecting me to get my rocks up early, so he's just going to be kind of a mid set, not really much going on with that. One thing that I'm gonna do here, because it's really good against Glamora, if I set up a light screen here, Glamora can't really do much to me, so I'm actually going to elect to just click light screen here. Oh, I fucking taunted, of course. Of course, that is very obvious now that I think about it. Most likely switching here, obviously he probably is, doesn't want to Flash Cannon is like my freest click here. I'm just going to click Flash Cannon. It protects against the Glamora as well, and he's just going to Calm Mind here. So Taunt, Calm Mind is interesting, and wow, that Thunder is going crazy right now. Flash Cannon should get me a little bit of chip, and that does get me some chip. The problem is now, is this is like, oh man. These setups are always so problematic into this team. I kind of have to, I probably should have went hard this right after it, eh? I'm already in my post-game, like, regret stage. I kind of wanted to, I mean, what I wanted to do there was protect against the Glamora, and I mean, I get a little bit of damage. If I come to this, I mean, considering it's Fairy, he could be Earth Power to deal with this. I kind of have to just go into this. He's probably gonna, oh man. This would be such a horrible way to lose playoffs. I would really like to not go out like this. He's going to set up another Calm Mind here. I'm pretty confident I can take any hit from this thing. What's its likely coverage move here? So it's going to be Terra Blast. I mean, this is kind of early to go into this thing, no? It could be something like Sludge Bomb. I mean, I can just like Quiver Dance in the face. I mean, that's just what I'm going to do here. He's going to Moonblast, into my base form, which is perfectly fine. I have a lot of bulk and I have Morning Sun. Okay, wow, and I get a special attack drop. That's not too relevant though in this spot. And we can just kind of set up in its face, and we have the recovery option here. Okay, so this, man, my anxiety went through the roof there trying to analyze this situation, but I'm pretty confident now in this spot. I do have the Morning Sun. I think in this situation I'm kind of required to, but at +1, I mean, if he, oh man, I kind of wish I went straight up to this in the first place. I think that would have made the situation so much easier, because I could have even used Glamora as a setup opportunity So if he goes back... Okay, so I'm probably going to be faster at this point, so I'm just going to Morning Sun. Yeah, okay, I'm going to be faster. That's the one thing that I was not, like, really considering in this situation, was the fact that I'm going to be actually faster in this situation. He's going to taunt, okay, so that's actually pretty good for me. So I'm back to full health, and I'm faster. So now I kind of just have to start attacking here. I could have Quiver Dance that turn, but I mean, obviously the health has to be in the number one priority, and I just Fiery Dance until I, gain some special attack here. That's at -1. I do get a special attack raise. That's huge. Really, really need that right now in this spot. I think we're going to be able to get through this. Just barely get through this. I have to make sure I really pay attention to the taunt turns and such, because that's going to be really, really crucial in this spot, that I don't make a mistake playing around those. Oh my god, that's so crazy. Oh my god, I can already tell. I can already tell in his commentary he's big mad for that. You know what? Oh my god. Dude, oh my god. Oh, I feel really, really bad about that. Oh, that is brutal. The worst part about this situation, let me hold up. I'm pretty sure I'm not a +1 is the problem. If I was at +1 here, this would be so much better of a situation, because I can just quiver. If I had +1 attack, I could just psychic twice from water form, and I could still potentially do that here. I could Terra Water Quiver Dance again, and I'm probably in a pretty decent spot with the Morning Sun. I'm just gonna do that. Oh, I'm taunted still. God damn it. Every play I want to do just does not want to work out. I can kind of just go Palisand here, I think. So I'm just going to Terra Water and Psychic. Let's just see how that works. My Palisand is kind of, not entirely super relevant in this game at this point now. I would now that I get to Terra, now that the Enamorus is out of the way, that's kind of huge for this thing opening up in the mid game. And the fact that I have Psychic, I mean, he probably thinks he's going to Terra Water him, but the Psychic is coming out here. Depending on the set, he's probably max... Oh, he's not even max HP. Wow, that's actually pretty huge for me. He's going to Mortal Spin, and he's going to get a Poison. Okay, so that's good for him. You can get something a little bit back in this game. I mean, he has been kind of screwed a little bit by that early Fiery Dance, which is, pretty unfortunate for him, all things considered. At this point, I mean, he could get really aggressive and go into the Champao. I mean, I wouldn't even blame him at this point. He's going to do something to... Holy crap, the thunder is freaking loud today. I don't even blame him for going for something like that. Obviously, I could predict that. That would be, insane for me to, make a move like that, though. Especially if he goes into it. I just don't think I'm... I just don't think I'm punished if he goes Champao here. I just don't think he can punish me if he goes into it. That would have been a flex. I mean, if I go for it, I mean, that's obviously a crazy flex for me to do it. I don't even think this is the Champao. No, this is the Gudra. Okay. Can I get a Spit F drop? Any Spit F droppers? No. Okay. What I'm predicting at this point here, this doesn't get Calm Mind or anything, right? Sorry, I'm looking at the side here of my team builder. It can be Curse. I mean, that's obviously a possibility, but I can just plus. Hold on. What can even go in here? I mean, this is looking pretty good for my Lura endgame with. I'm just gonna attack again, I guess. I could Quiver up. He's probably gonna Dragon Tail me, so I kind of want to just prioritize some damage here. That was what we had in Mox, was Dragon Tail in this, just to to phase this thing out. And he's gonna get a Spit F drop, so if he doesn't phase me out, that's pretty bad for him. He's gonna Power Whip. Okay, that's also what we had. So I'm gonna actually lose this, which is a little bit unfortunate, and I probably should have thought through that a little bit more. Probably should have thought about that a little bit more, actually. That was a pretty good win condition for me this game. But the fact that, this has happened now, I do have the ability to drop a Draco for free on his team. There's really not much that he can do about that now. I mean, he's got no switch into this, so... I mean, we're going to just drop a Draco. There's not... I mean, this play is not complicated from this point forward, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm kind of a little bit regret not switching out there, but I don't really have a great option to switch into Power Whip. I kind of expected Dragon Tail, maybe 3. The problem is physical Gudra was pretty obvious in that spot, given the situation, which is fine. It is what it is. once again, we work ourselves into a spot where we get to drop a Draco, and the fact that we trade Volcarona for an Amorous in this matchup is basically all we can ask for, and we've traded about half the health on this thing as well. So while he's probably going to have to choose a sack here to the Draco Meteor, I'm going to assume something like Glamora probably comes out here. Yeah, that is the Glamora. He's going to have to chew this Draco Meteor. Yeah, and I'm going to get the Draco. Okay, perfect. And that is Glamora down. I'm trying to think if I win that end game with Volcarona. I think there's like a decent chance they put him in a situation where I can't lose it. I almost don't have a physical attacker in the back. It's like kind of the dagger part. I'd have to probably run a few boosts. That crit, oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna be. I feel so bad. That's such a troll way to win. It's such a cheap way to win. I mean, look at his team now. There's really nothing that he has for this situation. I kind of want to scout if this thing has GUI or not, to be honest. It could be. It's just this thing be fucking Choice Scarf. What is our Dragapult set at? You gotta protect against everything. You know what I mean? Look, he could be Choice Scarf and actually outpace this set. It's like entirely a possibility. Like it's something that like I actually think I should consider in this spot, and not U-turn off of it, considering there's not much to gain. Now, the Cryogonal was for the Enamorous. Okay, you just rest. Okay, that's good. We get a free freeze dry here against almost anything. I could Flash Cannon. What's the difference between freeze dry and Flash Cannon? Oh, he's Resto Chesto. Okay, perfect. I think in that spot I just freeze dry then. That gives me the requisite damage on the Chienpao to guarantee the knockout with the Uxie against 72 HP, which is pretty important. So I'm just gonna. Oh, he's just gonna stay in. Okay. So I'm just gonna freeze dry this thing. It's not gonna do a lot. Oh, that's a crit. Okay. Acid Spray. First I make her Acid Spray, and then I draw my Special D. Okay. So what is he? Okay, let's actually like write down the set. He is P-Whip, Acid Spray, Chesto Resto. So he probably has like some sort of dragon move to hit this. Once again, I mean, I'm not really concerned with trading HP on this thing, like for the cause. Like it's not really that relevant. Honestly, that this Pokemon is healthy anymore. Like the game is, I mean, it's hard to say the game's wrapped up at this point, but it's pretty difficult for him to make headway in this game without an Amorous. And he's going to Power Whip, okay. Which is fine, I guess. I think it doesn't really matter to me. I mean, if he clicks it or not, I'm just going to keep freeze drying. I mean, he can get aggressive here and go into the Chienpao, but once again, I don't really care about that too much. And he's going to drop a Draco. Okay, once again, this is fine. This is totally okay. We know this thing's entire moveset now. And I'm pretty okay with just trading this thing off. That's just not really that big a deal. And we get to come in and drop another Draco. I mean, it's going to be tough to, this commentator is kind of tough because at this point I'm trying to play through the game, but I know that there was like a massive impact of that move. That miss or that crit is so highly impactful on this game because of the fact that Enamorous is down early. Everything leads into the final turn with Chienpao. Like there's like it's kind of like an inevitability at this point for Owen, which is like pretty unfortunate, honestly. Like I do feel like really bad that that's kind of how this played out. Like he brings in this, and I mean I just go into my Iron Hands, and I mean he can't kill me with any set. So I mean this is fine. Like I mean I'm just not concerned at this point. Now I have to like not obviously get cocky at this point. Like there are ways that we can lose. Like if this, I mean once again, if this is Adamant Band, so this is not Adamant Band. This could be like Jolly Band or something like that. I think it's pretty obvious that he's going to go into Mudstale here. The thing is, I could make a risky play, but I don't think it's really worth it. When I can just go right back into this and set up my Stealth Rocks is kind of the thing. I think I kind of want to go for Volt Switch here. No, if he stays in, I'm trying to think about this. So that's did what? 153? I kind of want to just Drain Punch here. That'll give me the information that I need on Mudstale's item, which is kind of important. I could Volt Switch, and if he goes Rotomo or stays in, like I kind of bait him into doing whatever. And that does a decent amount of damage. The one thing that's really nice about this as well, I probably could have just not attacked that, to be honest. But I also have Nightshade on my... Alright, so it is Rocking Helmet, so it is going to be defensive, actually, which we kind of... This is kind of the set I thought it would be. Let's just go into, obviously I want to save the lure for the very, very end. We have Nightshade here. I mean, is there like, I'm trying to just like be really like paranoid about how I lose this game now at this point. Like, this can't really like set up like on anything. Yeah, this can't really do like any sort of setup. It could be an iron defense set, which is like entirely possible. But once again, that just gets completely walled by Palisand. So I'm not really that concerned about that type of set. He probably tries to set up his Stealth Rocks here and see if that provides anything in the mid game, and that's what he likes to do here. Question is what does he go into from here? Is an interesting question. I kind of just want to go Nightshade. I mean, he can go into Champao. I don't really care too much if he does, and get up my own Stealth Rocks actually. But going for an attack here guarantees the damage, and that's the only thing I really need damage on at this point is the, what is it called, the Champao. And then if he stays in with this, I can just keep damaging it. Okay, perfect. So he's probably going to go straight into that Champao. Oh, he goes into this. Oh, this kind of also makes sense for this situation too. He's going to take a lot of damage there. How much is Nightshade? Okay. So he could be... He's probably bulky in terms of HP. Yeah, that looks like it's about max HP here. Leaf Storm against Palisand. Leaf Storm does have like a pretty good chance to kill from no investment on this. The problem is I don't really have a good switch in. I can switch into this. I mean, this would be kind of crazy to switch into. At this point, I'm kind of convinced I'm just gonna Nightshade and sack this thing off. Once again, this Uxie endgame is actually pretty decent for me. He is going to Leaf Storm, okay. So I have like a really minuscule chance to live this. And yeah, I'm okay with sacking this. Especially with the attack drop now. I'm in a pretty good position to just come into my Dragapult here. And we're settling in pretty nicely into this kind of endgame scenario. Because he can bring up Mudstale. I don't think there's any reason for me not to go for the Draco Meteor here. There's like a chance it doesn't kill, which would be a little bit frustrating. But I mean, I'm just going to drop a Draco here. I don't think I really have like another play that's effective here. He's just going to Leaf Storm me, so he is Choice Scarf. Okay, perfect. That is good to know. So we've basically simplified this end game to kind of the last turn, and that is going to drop. Okay. So now we're down to the Champion Mudsail end game, and this is, once again, as I said, as I've been saying, we've been prepared for this the entire time. So I mean, is there anything he can do to play around this? I don't think so. I mean, I'm just going to go here into the Iron Hands. And I mean, if he... Yeah, I mean, I'm just going into Iron Hands. I mean, that's all I really have to do here. I probably would have... Is there, like... I mean, if he's set up, this could be potentially pretty awkward. But then I just bring out Uxie, and then he's, like... The Colbur obviously makes that, like, pretty difficult for him to play around. He's just going to Icicle Crush. Okay. So that did about... 150. Okay, so I'm probably going to die here, but I'm just going to elect to Drain Punch. Let's prevent like any funny business from happening here in this spot. And he's just going to Ice Crash. Okay. Okay. So if I mean, I have to bring in. Man, the problem is this lure is so obvious now at this point. The lure is so obvious. I mean, he has to play around it surely. At this point, I mean, there's kind of nothing. The thing is, the Mudsail probably doesn't have much to hit me. I mean, I'm just going to fucking Drain Punch this thing. I don't really care. I got to make him play into the lure. He's going to withdraw. Oh, man. Did I throw this game somehow? Man, I could have doubled there, too. Fuck, that's... And I'm really nervous about this endgame situation. The problem is I'm going to be able to pull the HP back, and there's really not much he can do about this. I think I'm still... Did I... Oh, man, I'm really frustrated about this spot. I mean, I kind of have to go in the Dragapult. I think I threw this away. That was the problem. I said I was getting a little cocky in the end game there. I think it was going to find a way to lose this game. And I think I might have, actually. I should have known that he was going to come into that. It's so hard because the way I brought it in is such an obvious lure. And I mean, if I just attack, then I'm probably in a fine position. He's just going to Stone Edge. Okay. I mean, there's a decent chance that, you know, he doesn't. So he Earthquakes here. I mean, I Surf. I think I'm still okay. I think I'm actually still okay in this spot. Draco Meteor does technically more. How much does the Mystical Power do? I think I actually still maybe win this game. Yeah, I think I still win this. I mean, I click Surf every time. It doesn't kill, but Mystical Power is going to kill, and then the lure works. Okay. Phew, that is... Okay. I was so nervous about this endgame situation. Yeah, that should be fine. Oh my god, that was a scary, scary situation here. I think it might technically be a roll on the... What's it called? On the Uxie at this point. And it's still a roll on the fucking Champao, which is obviously frustrating. I think it's about in the 60%. We've taken about 60%, so... Oh my fucking god. Oh no. Yeah, that's crazy. That can't miss, can it? That is unfortunate, to say the least. And now he doesn't even have to go for it. Yeah, I mean, we hacked him pretty good there at the start, so I think it's only kind of fair that he gets a little bit of benefit at the end. If I Mystical Power, does that game play out differently? I don't think you can click it, though. Man, I'm so bad at using lures. It's such a problem for my gameplay. I mean, he's just going to Icicle Crash here. I mean, he can fucking miss. That would be insane if he missed. I mean, I'm not living this, so... Yeah, I think I probably have a decent chance of winning that game. If I mean, what's the Champao set? That's Jolly, right? I mean, this was a cringe game in terms of all the hacks. Yeah, Crunch, I had like a decent chance. I probably don't even live, honestly, because of that. Oh well, that is certainly a Pokemon game. I think the hacks that we got was certainly really, really problematic in the early game, and I think it's pretty fair for Owen that he was able to pull it back. I'm trying to think now. I'm immediately into my, like, where did this go wrong situation, and the thing is, I can sack, like, what do I go into on the what's it called? Like, the Rotom. I guess I can go into Dragapult, but that's just it's so weak, I feel like, into, like, Volt Switch. Yeah, that's a rough one. I think that was a game that we... yeah, I can feel the cockiness coming out of me. But that's a really good game, Owen. That's unfortunate we lost in playoffs this early. Once again, really appreciate Owen inviting me to the BBR and getting to participate in this league. It was, a lot of fun. Really enjoyed my time here. 2 playoffs in a row we lose in the quarterfinals, and this game a little bit one to reflect on, I think, at the end. But overall, I think there's a good opportunity in the next season. Once figured out Gen 9 a little bit and gotten through it, and I think we're in a good spot going into the next league that we do. So that is the end of the BBR. I will be doing other content throughout the next couple of weeks leading into some, potentially the next league that I do. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to do a kind of an epilogue style video where I go through the season, talk about some of the certain plays and some of the certain situations that came up, and do a little bit of a long retrospective. So that's all we have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you guys in the next one, and as always, have a wonderful day.